1035 WECL, James Wesley. And is he doing okay with that song?
Doing good.
I'm just looking to see, because that thing has been floating around out there for a while.
Mm-hmm. He's up to 24, so he's got a top
Good deal.
30 hit.
Excellent, because I don't know anything about him. He's one of those new guys that came along under the radar. And
There's a lot of them now. There's a ton of
bunch
new
of them
artists
out there, yeah.
That some of the names on the chart, never seen before.
You look at it and go, no, I don't think I know that fellow.
Where'd he come from? Mm-hmm. Where'd she come from?
I thought Chuck Wicks got canned. He must have a new label because they let him go, but now he's got a new song out. And Katie who? Arminger? Marminger? I don't know her.
Is there a Corbin Jackson on there? I heard his song on the way in yesterday morning on that new country show that we do.
The
Corbin.
New and Undiscovered?
New and Undiscovered.
Corbin who?
Corbin Jackson.
Well, let's just take a couple of names off. What did he say? Sitting around on the chart and going, I like Corbin.
Here's the deal with that guy. His name, he was born Alan Jackson, and he's from Noonan, Georgia. So in order to have a country career, he changed his name around.
So you think their parents had their kid and named him because of Alan?
Well, Alan, I would have to think that this kid's probably 20-ish.
Yeah, a young kid.
So
yeah, they probably did. They named him after Alan Jackson.
Out of Noonan, Georgia. How about that?
Dang.
Because the guy on whoever was doing the New Now Discover show kept calling it Newman, Georgia, and I wanted to punch him in the face. Like, yeah, this guy really knows what he's talking about.
One of those corporate guys.
Yes.
628 at WECL. I got to go back because I just didn't know what you were talking about. In fact, Steve didn't either. I got an email from Steve who says, first time in forever that TJ didn't have something to come back with to a comment Rick made. And I just said, well, what exactly would you have said? And he says, well, don't get me wrong, I'm still speechless.
Yeah.
My lower jaw's hanging just a bit. So what we're going to do here is explain. Rick went on a church camping trip this weekend for the first time in his entire life. He was out in the woods.
Uh-huh.
Oh, he wasn't in the woods. He was in the back of his truck.
Well, okay, he was sleeping in the back of his Yukon, which is parked in a field in the woods.
Okay.
With the DVD player on and the heater running.
Yeah. I was very comfortable.
I'm sure there were plenty of comforts of home in the van, in the
yeah,
Yukon.
when they went out coon hunting, I popped on a movie on the iPad, just laid back there and watched.
Now, did Bradley go coon hunting with him?
Bradley went coon hunting. He did. He ended up going.
You let him go out in the woods with a bunch of men?
Well, I trusted
with guns?
I trusted the small group of guys that I was camping with. I mean, I didn't know the other guys, but
is it set up like Survivor, where half of you lived on one side of the island, half of you lived on the other side?
It was kind of, you were encouraged to buddy up so that, you could share in some of the duties.
Mm-hmm. Because you told me you were going to cook for everybody.
Yeah, I cooked for my area, and I bought all the food, and then they provided all the
manly stuff,
manly things. So it worked out. I mean, that worked out great. But you get caught in situations where you don't want to seem like you're an idiot. So you join conversations and you add comments here and there. I mean,
I'm able to do. And you didn't have any clue what you were talking about when it came to hunting.
But they were talking about hunting, and they were talking about different sorts of hunting and coon hunting and duck hunting and the seasons and stuff like that. And they were talking about how you set up a hole. And how you prep it with the lanterns and the whole
when it set up a hole?
I don't know. I just agreed with them. And,
what do you run the coon in a hole or something?
well, no, not this. I'm talking about duck hunting.
Oh, duck hunting.
Oh, you run the duck in a hole.
No.
Chase that
But
duck
you
into
have
a
an
hole,
area.
Carl.
You have an area that I guess you set up, and that's your duck hole. And apparently, a lot of prep work goes into getting your duck hole prepared, and you don't want another man. The comment was made: you don't want another man in your duck hole. And I just
Did you bite your tongue off, or
it was close. Well, my response was,
put your fist in your mouth, or
I said,
I can see him now. He's doing this. Hold back.
It's church. It's church.
I said, sitting there with my head's about to explode when this guy says you don't want another man in your duck hole. And my response was, I think that's in the Old Testament.
It is Leviticus. It is. There's a lot about that in Leviticus.
Oh man.
Well, I guess it's kind of like fishing. I mean, if you're on fish and you're out in the lake and somebody, you don't go up next to somebody who's catching a bunch of fish and start throwing in the same spot. I guess it's the same thing.
I assume so.
And what about the coon hole? Now you said that they have coon holes too.
I guess where you're setting up,
It's called your hole.
it's called your hole.
I got you.
And as bad as it would be to have somebody in your duck hole, it's even worse to have somebody in your coon hole.
Is that a fact?
It is.
Is that a fact? Now, did they all have guns? Everybody that went out in the woods have a gun with
There was
them?
a lot of guns.
A lot of guns in
There
the
was
church.
one. There was
camping
one
trip?
guy there that I think he was touched
Mm.
because he had a machine
As
gun.
in with the Holy Spirit, or just nuts?
Nuts.
Okay, nuts. Okay.
He had a machine gun.
Mm.
And I'm like, I saw this guy walking down. We were going to shoot targets or whatever. I just took my chair with me, just set up. But we were going down there, and he had this guitar, and I'm like, a guitar case. And I'm thinking, well, this guy's going to play guitar down here. That doesn't
That's
seem
nice.
right.
He's going to sing hymns and stuff.
So he unzips this guitar case and pulls out this machine gun. And I went, Bradley, come over here, buddy. Come over here.
Hey!
What are you fixing to take?
Was that
out with
Miles
that?
Crosby? Did Miles Crosby go hunting with you?
Honestly, this guy had 3 pistols strapped to one leg and a machine gun.
On a church camping
Church
trip?
camping trip. And the guy that was heading up, he goes, all right, that's a little extreme. We want to go ahead and put that away now. I guess this guy was a dealer or something. And I guess I don't even know why you needed a
Did you
shotgun.
shoot one?
No, I didn't shoot anything. And I
Because I remember you shooting that shotgun once at that turkey shoot we did.
and I hit that thing right at the top.
The pole, not the target, the pole. That's it.
There was a hole right in the top of that piece of paper.
This guy
That's
says
where they put the pin in.
Yeah.
Hold
is
it
it?
on the pole.
Oh,
this guy says they had a rule in the Navy. They didn't go for a man getting in the duck hole or coon hole either.
okay.
Yeah, so I mean, it's apparently a man rule across the world.
Well, I think it's a fine rule. Don't get me wrong.
No, I'm with you.
If I ever start hunting, I don't want another man in my duck
I'm with you.
hole.
By the way, speaking of shooting, ladies, my understanding is this Thursday night from 5 to 7, we're going to be having a ladies shoot.
That's what I hear.
That's what I hear. Thursday night, 5 to 7, a ladies shoot up at ATP Gun Shop.
Well, maybe you can get that guy with the machine gun to come up there and shoot.
I know
you
we're
guys
not going to be
some
shooting
things.
machine guns. We're only shooting 22s
Well, good.
or 23s, as you said.
23s.
Yeah, I think for the ladies we may use 23s.
Okay.
Pistol or revolver, whichever one, automatic or revolver, either one you want to go. And they'll provide you with ammunition. They'll provide you with a gun. They'll provide you with glasses and hearing protection. They got a female instructor who's going to be there. This because they say, I was reading over the weekend too, that the biggest growing segment of the gun community in the United States is women.
I believe that.
Women, and they say a lot of it's Sarah Palin because of her shotgun thing on her TV show. A lot of it is women wanting protection, so they're learning to carry guns, shoot pistols and that kind of stuff. So if you ladies want to learn, then I would call ATP Gun Shop and get signed up because I'm going to be there too. I'm going to be shooting with you.
Now,
Good.
is that a one-time deal, or is that going to be?
Apparently, it goes on till like June. We do this once a month with a ladies shoot like this.
And you can
once a
come
month.
anytime, or do you have to come every time?
I think you can come every time, and they have. I think it's like a weekly competition, and then each week, whoever has the best score will be invited back for the final shoot in June, and they have prizes and stuff they give away.
The reason I ask you that is, out of the blue,
Oh no.
Darlene heard your commercial about that on Saturday, and walked from the bathroom, and then walked to the kitchen where I was. She says, "Can you give me some information on that women gun shooting thing that TJ's going to be at? I want to get in on that."
Miss Competitive.
And I mean, I was speechless. I said, "You want to go shoot a gun?" Yeah, I'd like to learn.
We'll call ATP Gun Shop.
I'm just going to tell her to call you.
Huh? I can't get her in. Those guys have their own little world going up there, man. I have no control once we hit the door up there.
So Darlene wants weaponry now.
Yeah, with me in a closed room.
Oh my goodness.
As much as she hates me, I won't get out of there. Well,
Better avoid Darlene.
6:36.
Now, Weasel Total Traffic from the